Previously on the Osrynn Tales live D&D. Having been teleported to Ravensblood Hollow and relaxing for the night at Pollock's Pulls on BDSM night, the group wakes up in the morning to find out the damage they had caused to the arcane wells in Faith Laquan's wizard tower had caused the teleportation spell to have a few errors. Specifically, some non-organic material had been sucked back to the tower, including David. David and Faith contact the group to tell them this, and Faith mentions that she knows of a library in Ravensblood where the group might find some clues about the sword they are looking for. The group sets off to explore Ravensblood, and they end up at Minoc's Magnificent Magicables, a magic shop run by an old man who tries to grift them for extra gold, claiming he is a 114-year-old human with 19 grandkids who need inheritance money. Rowan rips Minoc's magical hat in half in annoyance, but the group leaves with the names Goobert the Prodigy and Azer the Tough as possible leads as to who could have owned the sword in centuries of old. Leaving the curio shop, the group heads off to the Lenore Malloway Repository to seek more information about Goobert and Azer and the whereabouts of the sword. When they arrive at the library a few minutes later, they are met by a kindly old man who runs the library and has his son, a kobold who hatched from an egg, lead the group to a section on ancient artifacts to search for information on the sword. They learn that Goobert died at the breath of a dragon that lives in a tower to the west of Ravensblood Hollow in the mountains of Emirius. Knowing that this dragon is an all-too-powerful creature for them to handle now, the group puts the scabbard in a bag of holding and decides to go to the Adventuring Guild to seek more work. Tail, the kobold, tags along with them as he has recently reached adulthood in kobold culture, and it's time for him to spread his metaphorical wings and become his own man. The group lets him tag along for the time being since they are one spellcaster down, and this kobold seems to know at least some small smattering of magic. They head to the Adventurers Guild, where Rowan uses Charm Person to establish the group as guild members without paying for a license. He names the group the Super Awesome Excellent Adventuring Guys. As they start to avail themselves of the guild amenities such as the free ale and a continental breakfast, a shady-looking man in black approaches the group and asks if they are looking for work. The group says they are in the business of acquisitions, and the man in black closes his eyes to send a message to his boss to set up a meeting. That night, the group travels to the dock district where the man in black has the group put bags over their heads, and then he carefully leads them through the sewers to meet his boss, a gnome called Fearin' Two Fingers Fixbadge. 2 fingers because that's how he takes his scotch, and your wallet. He asks the group to steal a religious idol from a noble in town, and when Rowan asks what's in it for them, a voice in his head promises him that he will be rewarded with his greatest desires. The gnome promises if they do a good job, the Acquisitions Guild will have more work for them, and that they'd get to meet Fearin's boss, the guy in charge of the entire operation. The group agrees to the terms and has their heads bagged again. Then they are led to the Adventuring Guild where they begin to plan how they are going to find the floor plans to the mansion and how they are going to steal the idol. And now, we take you back to the Ravensblood Adventurers Guild Hall, where the group discusses their plan of action. Will Rowan destroy more magic items? Will Quothe meet more bears? And will Tail find any cool books in the noble's mansion? All this and more, right now, on the Osrynn Tales live D&D. Enjoy the show. We're here! Right. Welcome! Welcome in! Another episode. I don't even know what number this is anymore. 17? Something like that? It's a lot. It is a lot.
It is a non-zero number.
That's okay though. That's good. That
means
this yeah, we're doing it.
Yeah, it was
it's happening.
This past week, it was, this is number 17, because this past week, I tweeted out, we've been doing this for 4 months now, and, the webcomic's been going for, like, 6 months now.
It gets better every week, baby. It gets better every week.
It's wild. It's wild. All right.
Child murder.
But yeah, we're back. Welcome in, everybody. So yeah, as you heard in the recap last week, the gang gave up on their quest for a sword. They had no idea where it was. Found out that the original owner of the sword got murdered by a dragon. And they were like, nope. And now, now they've got themselves embroiled with the thieves. I mean, not thieves, the Acquisitions Guild here in Ravensblood Hollow, the capital city of the province by the same name, southern province of the human country, just north of Amirius, where we started this whole crazy adventure. You guys got back to the Adventurers Guild late into the night after speaking with Fearin' Two Fingers Fix Badge, the gnome mafia mob boss guy.
Old Two Fingers.
Old Two Fingers, because that's how he takes his scotch and your wallet.
That's the story, apparently.
Little
Way cooler than the story I heard, but you know what? It's all good.
I mean, we don't talk about that, though.
Well, some people do. I'm just saying. Some people do.
Well, you know what they say. Snitches get stitches, Rowan.
Yep.
Anyway, you guys spend the night at the adventuring.
You do introductions. You gotta do introductions.
Good. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, let's just go around the virtual table here. Let them know who you're playing. We've got with us tonight the Righteous Rachel.
Hello, I'm playing Reshi, a Dragonborn monk.
We've got Sangretti.
Hi, I'm playing Tail and Pages. I'm Kobold Witch.
We've got the Genie Bro.
I'm Bard and I sing stuff.
We've got the Chattis Chat.
Quothe the Goliath Barbarian.
Mr.
He
Abstracto.
hits stuff.
I'm playing Damu and I keep everybody alive.
And I'm your
He prays
humble.
for stuff.
I'm your dungeon master for this evening, Jeff Foulsham, of this channel. Foulsham Art.
He complains about stuff.
I do a lot, you know. I just want this game to be the best that it can be, and I do a lot of planning, and then Genie destroys it all.
Chad is racing me to the bottom right now. Chad is racing me to the bottom of this poop pile.
You got like a 3-mile head start, brother. Maybe.
Eventually, I'm just gonna stop preparing anything and just ad-lib the whole thing. Be like, oh, what? We're going into a fight. Give me 10 minutes here. I gotta make a map.
No, if me and the guys spend hours planning what we're going to do to you, you gotta spend hours planning what you're going to do to us.
No.
Don't give him that kind of power. Don't.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Jeff needs no more time to plot.
I mean, I don't have that much time to plot. I only spent all afternoon planning things today. But speaking of planning things, you guys have a heist to plan. The Acquisitions Guild has offered to get you some, let's just say, extra legal items, should you need some of those. And otherwise, you can get a lot of your basic adventuring equipment, ropes, pythons, adventurers kits, or explorers kits, dungeoners kits, those kinds of things. You can get all that stuff for free from the Adventurers Guild, now that you're a part of the guild. Any other sort of specialty items like potions or scrolls, you'll probably have to go to a magic shop for that kind of stuff. Otherwise, Yeah, all you guys know is there's a nobleman. I have a name for them this week since I was flying by the seat of my pants last session. Not expecting you guys to make a U-turn on me. So the noble is a bronze dragonborn by the name of Rak Harishmi. You would know just by the name that, well, especially Reshi, you'd probably know. This is a pretty well-known dragonborn adventurer from a few decades ago. Adventured in the mainland all across the southern border of Aelin and the northern border of Emirius, right in the jungles there. He, he did some kind of magic. He was a mage of some kind. You're not quite sure if he was a wizard or a sorcerer or a warlock.
If he was bronze, I assume he was lightning.
Yes. Yeah. Bronze dragons and bronze dragonborn have lightning breath. And the other thing that you guys would have is obviously the location of his mansion within the city. But that is all that you guys had leaving the Acquisitions Guild the night before we're starting session here. So you guys went back to the Adventurers Guild. You got his name. You know kind of who he is. You know where he lives. But planning the heist is going to be up to you guys. Getting any more information, all that. You kind of feel like this is sort of like a to put it elegantly, it's like an audition. The guild wants to see how much you guys can do and how well you can do it before they give you more and more difficult jobs in the future.
This seems like a lot for an audition.
You know?
This is maybe a little. I feel like we're just doing them a favor, and they're sitting at the place laughing at us.
Yeah, that pretty well sounds like an audition.
Don't snicker at me. I'm saying we're getting here. No one else? No. Okay.
I
I
mean,
agree. I completely agree.
we kind of are, and that's kind of the way it works.
I was gonna say I can't comment.
I'd like to
like
point out
you,
that I wasn't gung ho for it, but everybody at the end was like, "Let's go, let's do it."
You were. Yeah, I don't know why you suddenly were like, let's pump the brakes. But when there's a giant dragon that is absolutely gonna murder us, you're like, let's go.
Maybe Quothe's priorities aren't the ones that you should be listening to.
I just want you to
So
know
instead,
that
we decide to do what again?
Tails is just sitting
Rob
at the
nobility.
table, swinging his feet on the books, like just kind of swinging them back and forth, little kid in a high chair style.
Yeah, we're gonna rob some nobility. This rich asshole's probably an asshole. Let's be real here.
I just want to point out that I really like the idea. This kobold finally leaves the library. Finally leaves the library to become his own man, and the first thing he does is join a thieves guild to rob the nobility.
Commit a crime, yes.
Oh, it's so good. You guys are really, really good influences on people.
Don't tell your dad that this is.
Don't do
I feel like Tails
Mr.
writing a
Minoc,
book.
please.
He's just writing letters home to be published in a chronology of his life later on.
Oh my god.
I I'd like to go see Mr. Minock, please.
Minock.
Okay, so yeah,
We're gonna go see Minock.
the Magnificent.
Jesus Christ. gotta steel myself. The soul-crushing, inevitable encounter that this is going to be. Poor old man.
Let's go talk to Minock.
Poor old man.
Let's go talk to Minock.
All right, you make your way across town from the Adventurers Guild. Make your way
My old friend.
back to Minock's magnificent magicables. You enter into the shop again. It's kind of your standard dusty, magic shop layout. You kind of got shelves of shit along the walls, a couple tables in the middle filled with stuff, and Minock's at the back at like a counter, working on something. You guys did have a bit of a late night last night, so I'm assuming you're not up bright and early, so you guys get there. The shop's been open for a little bit. As you enter in, there's a young human lady, probably early 20s. She gives Minock a nice little wave and says, "Thanks, Minock, for the discount. I think this new wand is gonna do me real good at the academy this year." And she almost bumps into Tail on her way out the door as you guys are kind of entering the shop. And as you guys enter the shop, Minock sees the group. And
Please be careful. Don't bump into my son like that. Hi, my name's Rowan. How are you?
The girl the girl looks at you and she says, "Oh, I'm sorry, your son."
My son. Isn't he? He's adorable, right? Hi, my name's Rowan.
She says, "Yeah,
Awkward
hi,
pickup line
hi,
at the store.
Rowan." She if Tail had hair to tussle, she goes to tussle his hair. He's like, "Yeah, real cute, real cute kid." He's like, "All right, I'm gonna be going now. I've got."
Hey, no, hold on. Wait. I didn't get your name.
She says, "Oh yeah, it's Jessica."
Nice to meet you, Jessica.
Run the other direction, brother.
I grab Jessica's hand and I kiss it. Hi, like I said, I'm Rowan. Maybe you've heard of me. I sing songs all across the land.
She's like, "What are you, 40?"
Boomer love. Roll initiative.
It's a stupid looking wand
Roll
anyway.
initiative.
Do I know what type of wand it is? Is it a wand of smiles or what is it? Just basic?
It's
It's the wand of smothering.
roll an Arcana check to see if you can just by looking at it, if you can determine if it has any special properties.
I'm sure Foulsham's like, this is a damn just general character that you're just thrusting into this thing. I don't want to write anything for this.
16, sir.
16. That this is a wand. Its primary function is an arcane focus, but it does, if given the proper treatment with magic chalks and whatnot, various arcanite powders and things, a wizard could turn it not into a like wand of spell storing, but they could store a spell and that becomes permanent, right? So it's kind of like it's not a wand of fireball or wand of firebolt rather, but it could be, right? But yeah, but once she like says this is the cantrip that I want this wand to do, that will be what it is.
Okay.
Can I reroll a wizard?
Maybe next.
Dump some intelligence into Kothe and he could multi-class wizard.
Oh, there we go.
Tails is gonna walk up to the counter and hop up so he can sit on the counter so that Mr. Minoc will be able to see. Hey, Mr. Minoc.
Oh, hey, hello there, Tail. It's
Okay.
he leans in close. He's like, "Are you all right? Did these people kidnap you?"
Old man, no one. You stop. You stop. You know, look.
He whispered
My
that to the
man's-
kid. If you wanna overhear that, you're gonna have to roll a perception check, sir.
I will, sir. I will roll a perception check, sir. Perception check.
At disadvantage.
15. Yeah, 15. He's old. His whispers aren't that quiet anymore.
You calm down over there. We did not hurt this child. We're not holding him captive. He's hanging out with us. This is my fake son.
They're my new friends from the adventure.
Well, your new friends are roustabouts, runamucks, rapscallions, if you would.
Taylor wants to lean in real close so that Minoc can hear it. There's the pretty lady. I wanna press the pretty lady. I'm looking for
I see there, son. He said, well, you know,
Rabbit.
just be careful. That one ripped my hat and tried to blame it on the ghost of Azer the Tough. I spent 2 hours after they left looking for that ghost. I burned sage and cleansed this whole place. They're no good tricksters, I tell you. But your
How's that
money's
hat?
good here. What do you need?
I'm looking for a potion of growth.
Yeah. Well, I think I can help you out there. He kind of shuffles over across the kind of behind the counter. Just like a glass display case on the other side of like the counter kind of goes the whole way along the back wall, right? And he's kind of over in one corner where there's like a cash box and stuff, and then like shuffles his way to a glass display case at the other end of the counter on the opposite wall of the store, and pulls out a bottle. It's got I don't know what the description of the potion of growth is offhand, but I was like, I don't know, like a yellow potion with like little black bubbles in it, kind of like boba, like little boba bubbles in this thing.
Okay.
Sure.
And he puts it on the counter. He's like, one potion of growth. Oh, you know what, Tail? You know you've come in here. You've come to the store. You're a nice little kid. I'll even give you the friends and family discount. Instead of 100 gold, I'll only charge you 90.
Do you have any thing?
Any what now? You have to speak up. I can't hear you.
Scroll. Any scroll? scrolls.
I might have a few scrolls. What sort of scrolls do you need?
Lots of them. I would require a general list of what he has. He does it.
He'll let you know that he knows every standard wizard first level spell, and he could
Has
probably.
he ever heard of Galder's Tower scroll?
No.
Worth a shot.
I'll have to check back on the scrolls because I don't know the ones I do want. I just want to see if he sold them. Mr. Minor, I only have 60 gold, but I do have a book I could trade you with it. The Adventures of Mott Sawyer.
The Adventures of Mott Sawyer, you say?
It's written by an adventurer called Twain Mark.
I do believe it was out the gate. No, was Mott the one? Did he run down there to run around there with Buckle Harry? Buckle Harry Tin?
Yeah.
Buckle Harry.
We're destroying American literature right now.
What's America?
True.
What? America? Now, I'll have you know that Twain Mark is one of the most famous Aelin authors of the entire history of this great country. The same, in the same ranks as Poe Allen Edgar.
Yep. Same. Yep.
You
Can I?
You know,
can I
Poe
take-
Allen used to live right here
alright.
in this
Oh,
town.
No, don't. Let's don't.
He wrote a
don't
poem
He
about.
wrote the
but-
Drake.
He wrote a poem. No, not the, that. That was not Poe Allen. That was Keats. Poe Allen wrote a poem about the sturgeons here that eat the ravens.
Tails, come here for a second. I need to talk to you.
He had actually
Come here real quick,
married
little buddy.
Lenore Malloway, which the library that this fine little child worked at.
Yep. Sure. Yep. My nads. Yep. We'll be right back. Tails, I need you to do something for me. He's kind of fond of you. He's giving you a nice little deal here. I need you to grab me. He doesn't like me. He's an idiot. He doesn't know why he doesn't like me, but I need you to grab me. I need a potion of invisibility. You can grab one of those, that would be great.
Jesus Christ.
But it's for you. Tell him it's for you, okay?
I'll
To
try.
help you sleep at night.
Thank you, Tails.
I'm gonna lean in real close to Mr. Minock. Mr. Minock,
What's that, son?
hey, I was hoping you'd also have a potion of invisibility, because I don't know if I've got the courage to talk to the pretty lady, so I might need to run away and hide for a bit.
He looks you up and down. Looks over at Jeannie, looks back at you. Squints his eyes a bit. He's like, son,
Mr.
being
Genie over
bashful is just a part of growing up. And if you get hooked on these invisibility potions... He pauses. He says, well, if you get hooked on these invisibility potions, you better come to me, because I want that money. He puts down an invisibility potion on the counter. He's like, that'll be another 90 gold for this potion as well.
That's an expensive potion.
It's an hour of invisibility.
I actually think invisibility should probably be more than that.
I think that's a very fair price for an hour of invisibility for me and the items I'm carrying.
Well, I think invisibility is a level 2 spell, but you know, he likes the kid.
That's why I told him to ask.
So
Maybe he
I'm
has
going
like
to-
some loose scrolls we can roll for. He doesn't know what they are. Maybe he has some loose leaf scrolls for you.
Just random scrolls.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
Sure,
If he-
there's tons laying around unidentified somewhere in this town.
Any like oils? Does he have any oils that he doesn't know what to do with that he's just willing to just throw over for a couple shekels? I'll ask him. Old man,
Make sure it turns into baby oil.
Name's Minok.
Minok, the magnificent, my favorite guy, my dude, just wonderful. Look, remember all the times we've hung out. You are the best, Minark.
A deep sadness comes over his face as you very clearly are insulting his very existence.
Do you by chance have any random oil or anything interesting you got sitting in the back that you just need to get rid of? Just, you know. Look, I'm willing to take your dead stock off your hands if you got anything fun.
Well, hey, I might have one bottle of oil that would interest a gentleman of your caliber.
While this conversation is happening, I'm going to use prestidigitation real quick. And it says you can make a color, small mark, or a symbol appear on an object or surface for 1 hour.
Mm-hmm.
For Mr. Minok, I'm going to make a dork symbol and put it on Rowan's forehead so he hasn't seen it.
I just have an L on my forehead.
Mr. Minok knows what's going on, I'm sure. The wizard. Genie has no idea. I've just put a loser kind of symbol on his head.
We call this move the Smash Mouth.
He turns his back to Rowan to like head into the back room for his lesser moved stock, and he gives you a bit of a wink tail. Gibbo stifles a chuckle. And he goes back there, you know, beaded curtain, you know, making its little noises, right? Comes back pretty quick. He's he says, all right, son, you want a bottle of oil? Here's a bottle of oil. It's a special bottle of oil. I'll have you know it's not your standard flask of oil. It does not burn like regular lamp oil does. Although put it on certain parts, it does get kind of hot. Anyway, this is this is oil of frictionless lubrication.
Oh my.
It's you know, you used to loosen up some like rusty hinges, or you know,
He brought me out some WD-40. Are you kidding me?
Get a little chair that has a little squeak on it, you know, fix that right up. He'll lean over the counter a little bit. He's like, well, you know, you put it on a certain location and the ladies love it.
So he rolled boomer oil.
You roll.
How much do you want for this?
He does this. He does that symbol.
Oh. How much do you want for this?
No shame. How much?
He's well, the 2 potions, 90. You know, just call it the 3 for the 3. Let's call it even 200 gold.
That works for me. I'll put down 100 gold.
All right, I'll put down 100.
Thank you, Mr. Minoc.
He says, no problem. Scoops up the gold, tosses it in the lockbox, and then as you guys are leaving, he says, "And I'll have you know, I fixed my hat." He pulls the yarmulke off the top of his head, and whips it out. It turns into a fez, and he just sticks it back on his head.
I'm not just D&D poor now. I'm poor.
Was that all of your money?
I have 3.
I'm at 19, so that was fine. That
So
That,
I started the whole thing with 20 gold.
potion of invisibility kind of did a number on me, but it's gonna be important. So
Could be.
no, it will be. It will be, DM. It will be.
It has no choice.
It's a world of magic. I don't know. Never know what's gonna be important.
So
All
after
right.
we leave the shop, I would like to run over to Reshi. Pretty lady. I got this for you, and if you're in trouble, you should drink it. Help.
Thank you. What is it?
It makes you makes you big and strong.
Thank you.
Bashfully run away, kind of hide behind Dom. I think I might be able to hide behind him.
I mean, if halflings can, I don't see why a kobold shouldn't be able to hide behind people.
Okay. Question.
Yes.
Now that we're done here at Maynard's, where can we maybe get some information on Count Dooku's whatever the name his estate? How can we maybe possibly get some information on how we can plan this whole thing out?
Isn't that a Sith from Star Wars?
Yes.
Did they give us a map though? I thought they gave us a map.
They just gave
they
you
give
an
us-
address.
Just give me
Oh.
the yeah. We need to case the place.
There we
Yeah.
go.
So much like in real life, there are going to be some public records. So you could go to like
You go to the library.
a,
That have any of that?
a lottery.
Library.
Oh yeah, you went to a library the last session.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
Lenore Malloway's repository.
As
Oh,
a
the
point of
depository.
reference, if you need to do research on something, that is literally Tails' job description.
Okay. So
Um,
Tails wants to go to the suppository and
Start
If he
to
can
use
find us a
my
map.
shit.
yeah, it's sure, why not? We can say there's records there. But yeah, there'll be some public records. You know, like who owns specific property, who deeded it to them. There may or may not be, if I'm remembering correctly from my civics course where I had to go to the town hall to actually do research like this. There may or may not be information on like what contractor or like what company actually built the place, certain things like that. So yeah, there'd be public records is at least a starting point for you.
Els, would you be able to go get the at least try to get some like a schematic of the estate?
Hey, I can ask Dad. Dad will know.
Okay. Anybody else got any other ideas, things we can do to get this thing prepping?
Let's shoot with that one first, see what happens.
I don't know much about sneaking around, stealing stuff. But when things go south, I'll be there for you.
I think currently Rowan is the expert in theft and skullduggery.
And I'm not really. That's the thing. Like, I'm not really I'm kind of a flamboyant idiot. So I don't know. Like, the idea of me sneaking around is not. I think it class wise, I might be pretty good at it, but I certainly don't do it on the regular.
What were we looking for? What was the item? I forgot.
I think
The item that you're looking for is a golden idol of without saying what it is, because I don't know if any of your characters would actually know what the creature is. The best way to describe it is, think of like a squid in real life, right? But instead of having its mouth between its tentacles, it's on like the top of the like sack-like head. And it's like a circular mouth with teeth all around the circle, and it's got
So we're
3
looking for the
eyes
staff of
vertically
Cthulhu.
above.
Out of character, are you trying to describe an aboleth?
Out of character, I am describing an aboleth.
Okay. I think I'm the only one here who gets that reference. All right.
Well, we have the potion of Astroglide, so whoever is going in on this little sneaky sneak mission, we can cover them in that, and then it'll be really hard to get caught if they can't grab you.
It'll also be really
Yeah,
hard
let's
to
go
hang
to,
on to an idol.
Let's go to Dad and see if he has any information, and then go from there.
All right, so you guys heading back to the Lenore Malloway repository to talk
Yeah.
to Tails' dad. So, do that. That work? All right, you guys, you head back to the library. Tail, what's your dad's name, by the way? Since this character's popping up a hell of a lot more than I thought he was going to.
Yo, daddy-o!
You know, we said it a session ago, and I forgot to write it down, so
Did we say
I'm
it
at the
a
mercy of the
session?
DM here. Whatever you would like to make his name, I will make a note of it, and that would be his permanent name for me.
Yeah, I totally
No
forgot
pressure.
from last week too. We have anybody in the chat?
Generator.
I can't remember it.
Anybody in chat want to spend their points and come up with a name? Well, you guys talk to, while we wait to see if anybody in chat actually wants to spend their points on naming a NPC. Go ahead and say, you know, your dad's there. He's stocking books, you know, putting books up on the shelves. There's some old wizards and stuff there. Guys that you know, they spend their whole life studying magic, and they're like maybe level 3 wizards that can cast like level 2 spells. You know, but like old, very Gandalf looking guys, you know, long white beard, long white hair, pretty plain robes. Although these guys do have, they're colorful robes. You know, one guy's in like a light blue robe, you know, he's like an illusionist wizard. There's a guy in like a purple robe, you know, or sorry, a magenta robe, you know, he's a transmutation wizard. But they're not like impressive dudes, you know, they're just there studying. And your dad, you know, takes note of the group coming back, and he says, "Oh, Tail, welcome back, son. How was your first day of adventuring?"
It was very exciting. We went and we talked to Mr. Minock. He was very nice. We need to know about some buildings, Dad.
Well, okay. We have some historical records on the town. This is so I could take you over there. It's like, well, what building in particular are you looking for?
Is there a name to this building that I'm looking for?
We could give it a name, but right now the guy who lives there, his name is Rock Harishmi. And oops, I didn't mean to do that. Wrong screen. 1 second. I'll type that in. The D&D chat there. It was a Dragonborn. But I'm sure the mansion has some fancy name, you know. Some kind of, you know, evergreen estates or something along those lines, but way cooler and more fancy.
What if we do a smash and grab? Kind of seems like our type of deal.
Hey, literally what you were told is you guys handle it however you want to handle it. Like the Acquisitions Guild wasn't like, we're gonna need you to not harm anyone or not be noticed.
Well, I picture a smash and grab or Rowan sneaking through halls with a guitar string or whatever, a keytar string as a garrote, like silencing guards.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
I believe the only
Me
instruction
choking people out is definitely not on the yeah, that's not.
You have Rowan confused with Solid Snake.
Yeah, we don't.
He's gonna have
I
that
don't-
black eye under.
No.
To get rid of the glare.
No.
sorry. I forgot we were in D&D. Snake Solid.
Yes.
Snake solid, yes. Either way, that is definitely
So
not
gross.
Rowan's jam to be just walking around, like
We can
killing
put on
people
some.
like that.
We can put on some combat mortal music in the background.
Oh god.
Oh my god. Okay, so do we have records on the home of Rock Harishmi?
Y'all roll an investigation, or you could like aid whoever has the best investigation to give them.
I'm
advantage.
pretty darn good at it. I'm gonna roll for investigation.
As you guys walk over there and you like let him know the name of the estate, and like the guy who lives there is like, oh, that's a pretty fancy part of town there. I'm surprised
One,
you
sir.
with a day you're
Way
already
better mine.
already working for nobles, huh? What was your roll, Sam?
21.
Oh, Jesus.
I have a
I
Um,
plus
rolled a
5 to
7, so-
investigation.
So yeah, he leads you over to the like local records section of the library, kind of like not so much what like we would think of as what like a library in our world would have, but like, you know, this is basically like literally like town records and history and stuff like that. And he says, well, you should, you know, I haven't organized this place in a little bit, but you, Tail, you know your way around. I'm sure you'll be able to find some information for Mr. Harishmi on the former owners of the estate. If you do excuse me, I'll have to get back to what I'm doing.
Have
And,
a good day, Dad.
Welcome in, Semipon.
Zippa.
We are indeed a pack of dungeon crawlers, although right now they're in a library looking for information on a nobleman's estate, a dragonborn noble by the name of Rock Harishmi. They have recently joined the Adventurers Guild and got a job from the Thieves Guild in this town, which is known as the Acquisitions Guild. And they are to be stealing a golden idol of an aboleth, if you know what that is, from this dragonborn noble guy. And they're currently trying to find out some information about the manor in order to plan their heist.
So
With the 21 in...
I would like to use Mage Hand and just like go crazy on finding information here. This book's coming off the shelves, coming down to be researched.
Hell yeah. So yeah, with that 21, you're like, Mage Hand goes up to the shelves, it's pulling books down, throwing them on the table. You're starting to read them as your Mage Hand is pulling out other volumes. And you find out that this was actually deeded to the Dragonborn once he became the guild master of the Merchants Guild. You would probably know this, given your, well, at least I'm assuming. You correct me if I'm wrong, but you have shown some interest in Dragonborns. Maybe you've
Absolutely
had some interest in Dragonborn in the past. So Tail, you might know that he rose to prominence within the Merchants Guild because he was a former, like I said earlier, he was a former adventurer, a mage of some sort. And he actually rose to prominence in the Merchants Guild by trading a lot of the artifacts and treasures that he had found on his adventures throughout the years. And that is what he actually is. He specializes in antiquities and artifacts and things like that. Hence having this idol of an aboleth, right? Like this is it's not a common thing in this part of the world, at least, to have an idol of an aboleth. And so you find he was actually deeded to it by the former merchant guild master, the guild master of the Merchants Guild, upon his death. So he kind of like moved in as he took over the spot. You actually find that there's actually a long line of this is not his manor, it's like the Merchants Guild's house, right? And the guild master of the Merchant Guild just gets to live there, right? It's like the White House, but for the Merchants Guild. And you actually do find the name of the construction group. That's probably some guild. I don't know, the Carpenters Guild or whatever. But you actually find some information about who built the building itself. So like the Carpenters Guild, like Woodworkers Guild, all that kind of stuff. Masons Guild, they all came together to build this. But there is a specific person, and again, if anybody in the chat wants to use their channel points to name an NPC, it has the name of the actual architect who designed the plans. It is maybe a little bit troubling, though. The person who, it says the construction date of this was about 350 years ago. But you might roll some insight or something, and might be able to get out some information if maybe this guy's still alive. It is a fantasy world after all. Dwarves will live up for 400, 500 years. Elves can't age to death in Osrynn. So a healthy, safe living elf could be 10,000 years old for all you know.
Is there a floor plan of the house available in the architectural deep?
No. No, but it does say who designed it and the guilds that they were working for when they designed it.
Wait,
Which-
so oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say that might be like a place to go. Like if this guy's still alive, you might be able to track him down and see if he still has like the old plans or the various engineering, groups somewhere might have the plan, but that is unfortunately not at the library.
Okay, so I have an idea or a question actually. Is this idol of any significance? Like, could I go knock on his door and say, "Hey, I heard about this item. I've been looking for it for years. I just kind of wanted to see it in real life." Like, is it something that I could have heard about and then be like, "I want to see it"?
I like the way you think. That's
Make an insight check for me. A 9.
Very good.
It's a little below average. Reshi thinks that 50-50. It may or may not be suspicious.
Does anybody else want to roll an insight and see if we can get a better number?
What I would tell
just
you
thinking
is to
Maybe
just
go talk to the guy.
I'll be more specific. To simply walk up to the house, knock on the door, and without provocation say, "Hey, can I see this idol?" That may or may not be suspicious. Now, if you had a better cover story, that would lower the level of suspicion.
That's why I was wondering if it was something that maybe people had heard about before and like it was like a coveted item. Like we could just say, "Hey," I could bring Tail and be like, "Hey, this is my nephew and we just kind of wanted to see it. His mother talked about it for you." You know what I'm saying? Like I was trying to think of a sneaky way to just go see it so we
Sure.
knew what room it was in.
Yeah, you could.
if we're going that
Good
kind of
try.
sneaky. Tails' dad is a collector,
Okay.
so we could go under the guise that Tails' dad might want to collect the item. He has heard about it around town.
Just want to see if he had it and maybe possibly get a price if he wanted to sell it, and then we could figure out what room it's in at least.
Yeah, Roshi, I rolled a
Everybody else
worse
okay with
insight
that?
than you did.
Maybe Damu, being a cleric, can go as under a guise of something looking for interest of some type of, I don't know, what is it, a holy
That might
relic
work.
of some sort.
Tail and Damu, because it's like a priest and he's like trustworthy.
I will warn you
Ooh.
now,
Interesting.
Tail doesn't really know how to lie.
Okay.
So if you're hoping that
Maybe
he's
not
going to
Tail.
come up with a lie on the spot, he probably won't be.
No, well, I'll coach him. I'll just tell him, just don't say anything. Just, be like, "Hey, you're looking for your dad."
I think we should just start stabbing things.
I don't like that idea because how many people are gonna be in that house?
Line up at the door.
Please stand by. The Osrynn Tales is experiencing technical difficulties. The multiverse you are trying to connect to no longer exists. Searching for a comparable replacement. Searching. 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 Searching.